back to my channel. So let's continue the 4th chapter quadratic equations, the second exercise. I have done the first exercise and the explanation video for the chapter. Please watch that before watching this. Also, if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. So let's start. The second question from exercise number 4.2. John and Jivanti together have 45 marbles. Both of them lost 5 marbles each, and the product of the number of marbles they now have is 124. We would like to find out how many marbles they had to start with. So let the marble John have is X. So let the marble John have is X. So what will be the marbles with Jivanti? So then the marbles with Jivanti will be how much? The total number of marbles is 45. So and John have X. So the marbles with Jivanti will be 45 minus X. Correct? So now what happened? Both of them lost 5 marbles each. And the product of the number of marbles they now have is 124. So that is now how much will be the marbles with John? So that will be X minus 5. Because he lost 5 marbles. Same as Jivanti. So that is Jivanti will have now 45 minus X minus 5. And the product of this is equal to 124. 124. Now we can simplify this. That is X minus 5 multiplied by 45 minus 5. So that is 40 minus X. 40 minus X equals to 124. So that will be minus X squared plus minus X squared plus 40X minus 200 plus 5X equals to 124. Correct? So that will be minus X squared plus 45X minus 200 minus 124 equals to 0. So we can change the sign. So that will be X squared minus 45X plus 324 equals to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. Now we can find the solutions. So that is X squared minus 45X. So X is 45X plus 324 equals to 0. X squared minus 45X plus 324 equals to 0. So why I change the sign here from minus X squared to plus X squared? So I change the sign for all the digits, so it will be easy for us to calculate. So that is X squared minus 45X plus 324 equals to 0. So now we need to find the split the middle term. So we are using factorization method. So we need to split the middle term to find the roots of the solution, roots of the equation. So that is the splitter terms, the product of the splitter terms should be equal to the product of the constant and coefficient of X squared. So here constant is 324 and coefficient of X squared is 1. So that is equals to 324. So we need to split minus 45X in a way that splitter terms, the product of that splitter terms should be equal to the product of the constant and coefficient of X squared. So now it will be easy when if we learn the tables from 1 to 50 by hearts. So that will be the easier here. So we can split minus 45X to 36 and 9. 36 times 9 will also give you 324. So we can use 36 and 9 to split minus 45X. So that will be X squared minus 36X minus 9X plus 324 equals to 0. So if you learn the multiplication table from 1 to 50 by heart, so we can easily find like what is the other for 324, what can be the other factors. So now that will be X squared minus 30. So we can take X as common here. So that will be, we can take, let me remove this. So X will be common. So X into X minus 36. Correct? And we can take here again X minus 36. So what will be outside? That will be minus 9 and plus 2. So that will be minus 9. Correct? X. So the common is X minus 9 multiplied by X minus 36. So we converted the quadratic equation as a product of two linear factors. So x minus 9 multiplied by x minus 36. So if x minus 9, which is equals to 0, correct? Equals to 0. If x minus 9 is equal to 0, then x will be 9. If x minus 36 is equal to 0, if x minus 9 is equal to 0, then x equals to 9. So if x minus 36 equals to 0, then x will be 36. So we find two solutions, two roots for the quadratic equations. So we have asked, so what is the marble John have? So x is the marbles which John have. So we can say if John, let me add a new page. So if John have 36 marbles, then Jivanti will have which how many? 45 minus 36, which will be 9. Correct? So if John have 9 marbles, then Jivanti will have 45 minus 9, which is 36. So that is x is the marbles with John. So if John have 36 marbles, then Jivanti will have 9 marbles. And if John have 9 marbles, then Jivanti will have 36 marbles. So now let's see the second question. Next question. A cottage industry produces a certain number of toys in a day. The cost of production of each toy in rupees was found to be 55 minus the number of toys produced in a day. On a particular day, the total cost of production was rupees 750. We would like to find out the number of toys produced on that day. So a cottage industry produces a certain number of toys in a day. So the number of toys produced can be number of toys produced be x. The number of toys produced be x. So then the cost of production of each toy in rupees was found to be 55 minus the number of toys produced. So that is the cost of one toy. So cost of production of one toy, one toy is 55 minus the number of toys. So that will be 55 minus number of toys produced in a day. 55 minus x. On a particular day, the total cost of production was rupees 750. So the total cost of production, how we will find the total cost of production? So that will be number of toys produced multiplied by the cost of production of one toy. So that is x multiplied by 55 minus x. X is the number of toys and 55 minus x is the cost of production of one toy. So that is equals to 750. Now we need to find the number of toys produced on that day. So now we can write as x squared minus x squared, x into plus 55x equals to 750. Let's change the sign. So that will be x squared minus 55x equals to minus 750. Correct? So that will be x squared minus 55x plus 750 equals to 0. Now we have formed a quadratic equation. Now let's find the solutions by factorization method. So that is x squared minus 55x plus 750. X squared minus 55x plus 750 equals to 0. So we need to split the middle term minus 55. Minus 55, how we need to split that term in a way that product of that splitter term should be equal to the product of constant and the coefficient of x squared. So which is 1 multiplied by 750, which is 750. So we can split 55x as 25 multiplied by 30 will also give you 750, and we can use 25 and 30 to split minus 55 as well. So that will be x squared minus 25x minus 30x plus 750 is equal to 0. Correct? So that we can take x as common here. So that will be x minus 25. Similarly again x minus 25. So what is common here? We can take minus 30. Minus 30 equals to 0. Correct? So that will be x minus 30 multiplied by x minus 25 equals to 0. So now we have converted the quadratic equations as a product of two linear factors. Now we can say if x minus 30 equals to, if x minus 30 is equal to 0, then x will be x equals to 30. Correct? So like similarly, if x minus 25 is equal to 0, then x equals to 25. So the number of toys produced in a day can be either 30 or 25. Number of toys produced, number of toys can be either 30 or 25. Let's see the next question. The third question, find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. So let the first number be, let the first number be x, then the second number will be, second number will be 27 minus x, because the sum of two numbers is 27. So the first number is x, then second number will be 27 minus x. And we have given the product of this number is 182. So that is x multiplied by 27 minus x is equal to 182. Correct? So that is minus x squared plus 27x equals to 182, which is minus x squared plus 27x minus 182 equals to 0. We can change the sign, so that will be x squared minus 27x plus 182 equals to 0. So we form the quadratic equation. Now let's simplify this. Factorize this using splitting the middle term. So that is x squared minus 27x plus 182 equals to 0. So we need to split 27x in a way that the splitter term, the product of the splitter term is equal to the product of constant and coefficient, which is 182. So we can split minus 27 as 13 multiplied by 14 will give you 182. We need to, this is the reason why I mentioned that you need to by heart the formula, the multiplication table from 1 to 50. So it will be easy to find the splitting, middle term splitting. So that will be minus 27x can be split as 13 and 14. So you can write x squared minus 13x minus 14x plus 182 equals to 0. So that will be x multiplied by x minus 13 minus 14 multiplied by x minus 13. Correct? So that will be x minus 14 multiplied by x minus 13 equals to 0. So now we converted the quadratic equation as a product of two linear factors. So again, if x minus 14 is equal to 0, then x equals to 14. If x minus 13 equals to 0, similarly then x will be 13. So we got the value of x as 14 and 13. So if the first integer be, if the first integer is x, if the first integer is 14, then the second number will be, second number will be 13. Similarly, if the first number is 13, the second number will be 14. I hope you understand. Let's move to the next question. The fourth question, find two consecutive positive integers, sum of whose squares is 365. So that is two consecutive positive integers. So let the first integer be x. So the next integer will be then x plus 1. Because it is for consecutive positive integer. So the first integer will be x and the second integer will be x plus 1. And sum of whose squares is 365. So that is x squared plus x plus 1 whole squared equals to 365. So that will be x squared plus 2x plus 1 equals to 365, which is 2x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 365 equals to 0. So that will be 2x squared plus 2x minus 364 equals to 0. We can divide this by 2 because 2 is common in all the three terms. So that will be x squared plus x minus 182 equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation. Now let's find the roots of this equation. So that is x squared plus x minus 182 equals to 0. So 182, in the previous question we splitted 182. So that we used 13 and 14. 13 multiplied by 14 is equal to 182. So that will be x squared plus x. So that will be plus 14x minus 13x. Correct? So that will give you x. Plus 14x minus 13x will give you x minus 182 equals to 0. So we splitted x as 14x minus 13x. So that will be x multiplied by x can be common. So that will be x plus 14. Again we can take x plus 14 here. So that will be minus 13. Correct? Equals to 0. So that will be x plus 14 multiplied by x minus 13 equals to 0. So either x can be, if x plus 14 is equal to 0, x equal to, then x equals to minus 14. If x minus 13 equals to 0, then x equals to 13. So here in the question it is mentioned the number is, it is positive integer. So we can't consider for minus 40. It is a positive integer. So this is not correct. So it's only, x can only be 13. So if x is equal to 13, if x equals to 13, the other number will be, next number will be the sum is given in the question we have given it two consecutive positive integers. So that will be, next number will be x plus 1, which is 14. So 13 and 14 are the two positive consecutive numbers. The fifth question, the altitude of a right triangle is 7 cm less than its base. If the hypotenuse 13 cm, find other two sides. So we have given the altitude of a right triangle 7 cm less than its base. So let the base be x. So then altitude will be is 7 cm less than its base. So that will be x minus 7. And the hypotenuse is 13 cm. So the hypotenuse is 13 cm. So we know the Pythagoras theorem, which is altitude square plus base square is equal to hypotenuse square. So that is altitude square plus base square will be equal to hypotenuse square. So this is the Pythagoras theorem related to right triangle. So now we have the altitude here is x minus 7. X minus 7 whole squared, base is x squared equals to 13 square. Correct? So that will be x squared minus 14x plus 49 plus x squared equals to 169. 13 square is 169. So which is x squared plus x squared, 2x squared minus 14x plus 49 minus 169 equals to 0. Correct? So that will be, let me write it here. So that is 2x squared minus 14x plus 49 minus 169. So that will be minus 120 equals to 0. We can simplify this by dividing that by 2 because this is all multiples of 2. So that will be x squared minus 7x minus 60 equals to 0. So we've got a quadratic equation which is x squared minus 7x minus 60, x squared minus 7x minus 60 equals to 0. Now we can factorize this by splitting the middle term. So minus 7x can be splitted as minus 60. 60 is the product of, we can write that as 5. 12 times 12 equals to 60. Correct? And we can use 12 and 5 to split minus 7. So that will be x squared minus 12x plus 5x minus 60 equals to 0. Correct? So that which will be x minus x multiplied by x minus 12. We can take x minus 12 common, x minus 12, and that will be here plus 5. Correct? Equals to 0. So that will be x plus 5 multiplied by x minus 12 equals to 0. So if x plus 5 equals to 0, if x plus 5 equals to 0, then x will be minus 5. If x minus 12 equals to 0, then x will be 12. So here it is a side of the triangle, so it can never be minus 5. So the side will be 12. The base, we have considered the base. Base will be 2. Base is x, so that will be 12. So base equals to 12. So then altitude will be x plus, what is altitude? Altitude is x minus 7. So that will be 12 minus 7, which is 5. So the base is 12 centimeter and altitude is 12 minus 7, which is 5 centimeter. So now let's see the last question. A cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day that the cost of production of each article in rupees was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. If the total cost of production on that day was rupees 90, find the number of articles produced and the cost of each article. We did a similar question. So let's see, a cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery. So the number of pottery can be number of pottery produced in a day. Number of pottery produced in a day, B is x. Okay. So and it was observed on a particular day that the cost of production of each article. So each pottery article is 3 more than twice the number. So the cost of production will be the cost of production for one pottery article. So one article is 3 more than twice the number of articles. So the 3 more than twice, that is 2x plus 3. And if the total cost of production on that day was rupees 19, on a particular day, if the total cost of production, which is the number of pottery articles multiplied by the cost per article, which is equal to 90. So that will be x multiplied by 2x plus 3, correct, is equal to 90. Find the articles produced and the cost of each article. We need to find the cost and the number of articles. So here that will be 2x squared plus 3x equals to 90. So that is 2x squared plus 3x minus 90 equals to 0. We have got a equation 2x squared plus 3x minus 90 equals to 0. Now let's split the middle term plus 3x. So let's write it here, 2x squared plus 3x minus 90 equals to 0. So we can split 3x in a way that the splitted term, product of the splitted term is equal to the product of constant and coefficient of x squared. So that is 90 multiplied by 2. That is the constant and coefficient of x squared, which is equal to 180. We need to split plus 3x in a way that the splitted term's product is also equal to 180. So we can use 12 multiplied by 15. It also gives you 180. So we can write as, split that as 2x squared plus 15x minus 12x will give you plus 3x as well. So minus 90 equals to 0. So we can take x common, that will be 2x plus 15 multiplied by 2x plus 15 here will be common, and we can take minus 2, that will be minus 6 equals to 0. So that will be x minus 6 multiplied by 2x plus 15 equals to 0. Now if x minus 6 equals to 0, then x equals to 6. If 2x plus 15 equals to 0, then x equals to, x will be minus 15 divided by 2. So which I think we can take only 6 because it's the number of cost of what we are finding. X is the number of parts. So number can only be a positive integer. So that is x equals to 6. So if number of pottery produced in a day is 6, the cost of production will be 2 multiplied by 6 plus 3, the cost will be 15. Correct? 15 rupees. And x is 6. The number of toys is 6, and the cost of product cost per toy is, cost per pottery article is 15. I hope you are clear on the second exercise, which is to form the quadratic equations and to find the roots using factorization method. Next video we will do the exercise 4.3 from the same chapter. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.